Tyrion Lannister is perhaps the most cherished round of lofty positions character. In the event that not the decision won, he's in everybody's main three. He is staggeringly savvy and ready to sort out his method of most problems. What's more, when he doesn't win, he still generally triumphs ultimately with his cutting mind. Notwithstanding, his awful family makes it inordinately difficult for him to be entirely great, and he has minutes where he dunks into the clouded side. Let's see the 15 best Tyrion Lannister quotes. 1. Never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you. At the point when Tyrion meets Jon Snow in the series debut, Jon Snow is extra pouty for not being welcome to the dining experience. Tyrion meets the individual pariah and inquires as to whether he's Eddard Unmistakable's knave. At the point when Jon Snow attempts to avoid the problem, Tyrion offers him extraordinary guidance on possessing what others would ridicule you for. 2. I have to disagree. Death is so final, yet life is full of possibilities. After Jaime throws Bran out of the window and puts him in a coma, Cersei tries to hide her annoyance by saying that it would be more of a mercy for the child to die. With his response, Tyrion both manages to annoy Cersei and impart his deep wisdom. 3. A mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone. On the way to the wall, Jon Snow furrows his brow, confused as to why Tyrion is always reading. He basically gives him the best justification of brains over brawn. 4. Drinking and lust. No man can match me in these things. I am the god of tits and wine. I shall build a shrine to myself at the next brothel I visit. After marrying Sansa and taking his advice from episode 1, Tyrion does not hide who he is. 5. Every time we deal with an enemy, we create two more. At the end of Season 3, Tyrion is once again trying to find common ground with Cersei. He tries to reason with her, and she simply replies that the war will go on for a very long time. 6. I have a tender spot in my heart for cripples and bastards and broken things. Tyrion gets a bad rap because his father, sister, brother, nephew, cousin are so monstrous, but he's actually a pretty thoughtful guy, as he demonstrates to the Starks when he brings Bran a blueprint for a saddle that will allow him to ride again. 7. It's hard to put a leash on a dog once you've put a crown on its head. Cersei loves her bad boy, Joff, but she isn't blind to his flaws. In a rare moment where these two siblings put their hate aside, Tyrion tries to give her some parental advice. It doesn't help. 8. Of course we are. Just because I pay you for your services doesn't diminish our friendship. Before the Battle of the Blackwater, Tyrion hopes Bronn will make it out alive, and Bronn is moved. Their bromance is one of the best parts of the show. 9. I try to know as many people as I can. You never know which one you'll need. She asks Tyrion how he knows Rose, and Tyrion gives her an answer that is both true and at the same time displays his Machiavellian mind. 10. Oh, monster, perhaps you should speak to me more softly then. Monsters are dangerous and, just now, kings are dying like flies. After Robb Stark is murdered and Tywin Lannister announces it to the small council, Joffrey gloats, while Tyrion is more subdued. The two get into an altercation, and Joffrey calls him a monster. True to the insult, Tyrion is able to terrify him with words alone. 11. It's not easy being drunk all the time. If it were easy, everyone would do it. Tyrion tries to get Pod to drink as much as he does, but poor Pod just doesn't have the stamina. 12. Of course it's a joke, just not a very funny one. Tyrion stands wrongly accused of murdering Joff, even though no one could really blame him if he had, and still finds time for humor when death is in sight. 13. In my experience, eloquent men are right every bit as often as imbeciles. In Season 5, Tyrion watches the brutality of the fighting pits in Meereen. Hisdar eloquently and even somewhat rationally justifies the entertaining violence, and Tyrion delivers this biting remark. 14. It's easy to confuse what is with what ought to be, especially when what is has worked out in your favor. In that same conversation with Daario, he impresses Daenerys with his wisdom. 15. We've had vicious kings and we've had idiot kings, but I don't know if we've ever been cursed with a vicious idiot boy king. In Season 2, after Miachella is shipped off to Dorne from Lord's arrival, the residents express their only disdain of Joffrey by tossing manure at him. He obviously answers by requesting to have them killed, raising the circumstance out of hand. Tyrion catches exactly how contemptible of the high position Joffrey is.